But yeah, I mean, they're up against it, that's for sure. Dan's gone to turn off the music from his laptop once again. Make sure you unplug the external keyboard. I think that's what triggers it. So there goes the music, but we'll see if it comes back. Anyway, Envy starting on the CT side. JW, I don't know if he meant to fall off that jump. Didn't look like he was really trying, so I think he's maybe suggesting he's jumping one place, but not quite committing to it. All Kevlar for the Envy team. Not interested in a defuse kit for Inferno. Maybe they don't expect the game to go that far. Fnatic moving up the arch position, but RPK is already in situ, so maybe that was a slight bait from Envy. One player arch, one player library. Arch player jumps away, chased by the T's, and RPK gets a free kill.
So everyone's just sitting on the side for the moments. Envyus with a good read in that sense. And they can reconfirm the information here, Hachi. You've got to be careful. I mean, one thing though, you do really want to, if you can, pick off the T's, get some advantage on the numbers, if you can, before they overwhelm you with blocks. And it appears that he's managing to do that fairly effectively. Fnatic are unable to find any of these picking battles that they'd like, and so now they have to turn their attention to B. So there is a small window of time here that they can actually maybe get a bomb down and potentially still make a go of this. Flusher will take down Kiyoshima. There's surely no way that the bomb can be planted, and indeed RPK's in there. He's in there. It's in your face.
He's in there like swimwear, Dan.
In there like swimwear.
That doesn't sound comfortable.
Well, I mean, maybe it's like...
There we go.
Board shorts or something, that's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, but in there would suggest chafing. Right? In there like swimwear doesn't sound like comfort to me. Sounds like Speedos, which are a few sizes too small. Or, you know, that kind of...
Is that your swimwear of choice?
Speedos? No, I'm not Speedos, man.
But you could be.
Not for me. I prefer the drag of board shorts. Makes me work harder, and I'm happy with that. Haji, very close to the boiler position, and you'll often see that while the smoke is down top mid. You can see some snipers abusing that as well, having a very tight angle. JW, though, with the pre-fire, manages to take Happy out. What more damage can Fnatic do in this round? The three remaining players are focused on top mid. Envy with aggressive positions towards B. Do wonder if they'll go on a little adventure, though. It seems they will. Rambling Hikers from the B bomb site.
Rambling? What are they rambling about?
Rambling Hikers. You know, ramblers. Go on walks through fields and such.
Ah.
As a man who used to run with Badgers, you should be familiar with ramblers, Dan.
Ah. I guess I didn't know that meaning of that word. Because I think of ramble and I think of someone rambling on, you know, like...
I think it probably originates from...
That makes sense,
From,
actually.
Yeah.
That actually makes
Yeah,
sense.
ramblers. Look it up.
Damn. Oh my god.
I'll find a definition for you. Okay, you find a definition.
Yeah, I can look it up right now.
In the meantime, Launders and I will take the reins of this horse and ride it, not into the sunset, but into round 3 of Inferno. No grenades for the Fnatic side. This is the round of poverty. The bag of rice. No flavouring. Flusher will be the last man to die, and that is the round. That is all we can say as we wait for the buy round from Fnatic, which is now. Now is the buy round from Fnatic. A 3-0 start, though. Let's not forget. I mean, Envy are the underdogs in both these Inferno games at the very least. They've won a pistol round. They've got their buy. They are going to keep the SMGs for the time being, and they've got a good balance in their money. RPK with a fat chunk more, but that can mean an AWP later on.
I think they actually upgraded one of their SMGs, so it's not, I mean, they still have tons of money to buy, but it seems like that makes sense because I think some teams, if they don't upgrade anything, they're still, it's like planned obsolescence, you know, they're going to lose eventually.
Flusher making a play towards Banana.
I think, oh, okay, I might have been muted. That's okay.
You're not muted.
No?
No, I can hear you.
Something changed.
I can hear you too.
Alright, good.
Well, Crim's making a play around Boiler. He will not be successful, but in the meantime, Arch has been taken. Scream trying to hold things down. Got to be careful with his positioning though. Golden now 1 versus 3. Can he clutch again? Not this time. 4-0 for Envy. A great start for them. 2 players survived, but it's an excuse to get rid of some SMGs, although now it might be an opportunity to buy some more because it's Eco Town again for Fnatic.
Wow, that's a really rough start. They have not really worn away at the money either, so Fnatic didn't do much on the pistol, not much damage on their eco rounds. Here they have spent a little bit of money because they're looking at full loss, but Envy are looking clean.
Always a fun situation being with no utility and pistols, but they do have some Kevlar, so let's see if they can get something done. Well, Patchy will have the bomb. He'll have that. Very nice, very nice. And the counter grenades will work wonders here for Envyus as they deflect the oncoming Fnatic players. So just somewhat of a formality this round, one could say. Although Fnatic have managed to take down Hachi and they've got the bomb now, but they will run into their doom. And so that is that. So Rambles to wander around in a leisurely, aimless manner. They ramble through the shops until closing time.
Ramblers are like people who, I suppose when I go to France to see my brother, we go rambling. Essentially go with the kids and just like walk up a mountain and have a picnic on top of it and then go home.
I thought that rambling was talking too.
Yeah, so
yeah,
there's another meaning, like to talk
because,
or write
because it's walking aimlessly, I think.
Yeah,
oh, sorry, continue.
To talk or write in a discursive, aimless way.
Discursive.
Discursive.
Ooh.
To look up that one.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, we'll watch these attempted retake of Banana from Fnatic. Molotov's behind that car position. I will always call it car position. I hope if you're new to Counter-Strike, you know that there used to be a car there, which is why we call it car. Anyway, we've got the CTs in a forward position. Is there a pop flash to be had from Kiyashima? No, he's got no grenades, in fact. RPK is the grenade man, but he's behind the sandbags. However, RPK can be the initial engager here, and Kiyashima can pop out from the wall afterwards, which would also help if there's a pop flash. That said, if the Ts keep their backs to the far wall, it might be hard for Kiyashima to engage, especially if they get to that barrel position. So it can be awkward for the CTs. It's not a perfect scenario, even with the second player popping out in the bait and switch.
They've actually got top mid now as well, so top mid will enable them to do all sorts. They can leave players there, they can go back to Banana, they have Banana control as well, so Fnatic is set up what you would expect a standard round to look like. And ooh, speaking of standard, this is non-standard. You don't see this all too often. They'll use top mid control and the Banana control to work a B split. And because the time is so low, Envyus they're playing really passively on the bomb site. So this is going to work out perfectly for Fnatic. They just have to be very quick, very decisive, and they've got to make sure Kiyashima doesn't just ruin everyone. And he will be traded out eventually. RPK will make his way back around for the refrag, and he'll be successful. But the bomb is now down in a 2v4 after plant.
Really smartly though, RPK, once the team understood what was going on, RPK didn't choose to fight on the site, he just fell back to construction with his teammate. That's a really important possession, as we have seen. Fnatic tried to take it and they failed, and that's left them in a 2 versus 4. Lekro playing the off angles around the fountain, find himself 2 looking for a third one, but Happy will take him out. Now it's down to Crims versus Happy, half health Happy, only his head's showing there, and he'll find a headshot on Crims, and he's got time for the defuse. They keep the clean sheet, an expensive round, but they've got all the rounds.
Almost a very nice 2v4 attempt, anyways, and how they made their way to B. That was, I think, quite unexpected for Envy, but they handled it well. RPK played his position properly, got the 2 kills here in the post plant without dying on the B site. Fnatic still can't put a round on the board.
Yeah, I think that was a very key adjustment from Envy once they realized the wrap was likely. Kiyashima was already in position, and then RPK just fell back to play together to hold for the retake, and then RPK did RPK things where he kind of just slaughters everyone. 6-0 Fnatic on the AKs once again. They've got reasonable grenades to get something done here, to take possession, and headshots are always good as well. Scream has been popped on the balcony with minute 30 on the clock, and that's a great response from Kiyashima with AWP.
Kiyashima is very versatile. It's good to see him back in action. And wow, Lekro bursting out into the core position, able to find a fast one onto Haji as he's opening up space towards the A site. Envyus, meanwhile, begin to press down the Banana position. And they could actually run into the bomb. If they decide to continue the pressure, then they will. They could actually isolate the bomb. I would imagine that Golden has spotted this information now, so he's going to be able to get the flank. That's... Oh my god! There's no way that he knows anything about that second kill. That is beautiful, isn't it?
As Bob Ross would say, it was a happy accident.
Yeah.
That is bananas. On the subject of happy, you won't be happy with that.
I don't know. It's
Get
not
that
often
money.
you see Happy getting knifed.
Get that money.
So bizarre. What a crazy round.
Yeah, it makes the money tight for the CTs as well. 3 of 5 can buy well.
That's nuts. Is that the last bullet? It may have been the last bullet of the spray.
Well, there we go. They will force it up Envy. They've got the French guns. The FAMAS. If you go to any large train station in France, you'll see army personnel walking around holding the FAMAS.
I bet
Double
they
snipers
whiff
as
too.
well. Pardon?
I bet they whiff too.
Well, hopefully they don't fire launchers. Pop flash onto Banana, but RPK this time will not be successful. The MAC-10 is mightier than the FAMAS on this occasion. Kishimoto continues to deliver with this AWP, rotating towards the coffin position. But it seems Fnatic will be done with that in the meantime for now. Maybe expecting a rotation. They will try to focus on A. There'll be trades in the short position. And Lecro starts to move towards the balcony where Scream awaits.
So plenty of time for Fnatic to make a call. They decide to press on towards A. And now it's down to the AWPs, and the smokes will be able to defuse them on themselves too. So not too much really that can be done initially here whilst the grenades are up, and with 2 AWPs you can very much sympathize with the choice to save, and the money, despite being 6-1 up, is really low. So they will likely force with the double ops. Should be quite sensible. And Fnatic are back. Perhaps. I suppose they have some work to do yet, but...
I like the lack of commitment there.
I did give myself a way out, just in case.
This is an interesting scenario. Saving 2 AWPs and not having the money to buy around them properly. Very curious to see what Envy will choose to do.
That really sucks. It's like when you've spent all your money on a tattoo that's not finished. And you've got to come up with the rest, otherwise you won't have a tattoo. You have 2
Does
ops.
that happen? Do you mean when there's like multiple sessions to finish it or something?
Yeah. So you have the double ops. You're like almost there. You're like 2/4 of the way there. But and you also don't want to get rid of these, right? You don't want to. You want to be able to hold. Oh wow, they're not going to invest behind them. I was gonna say this is like the perfect scenario to think about forcing.
But at the same time, if it goes wrong, you are basically destroying your money, because their money is that 2 rounds, so they get 2,400 next round.
Yeah.
So I mean they'll be light on grenades, but they can fight together as a team, as a unit, as a legion. Happy tagging Golden. Unlucky not to hit more, but he'll hit one more that time. And now the distraction. Can Haji capitalize on this with his massive USP? The tree will block a shot, but he'll still land a kill onto JW. Flush is picked off as well. And there's a snap. Kishima finishing off Happy's work on Golden. The AWP is coming to life. Happy's is still lost around CT. RPK, hungry for a gun perhaps. Running to his doom. It's Crimson Lecro versus 3.
The crazy thing is that they could just
Go
run
B, yeah.
Yeah. This is pretty risky, but they don't know exactly what's going on, I guess. So we'll see if they can work out what's happening here. Because you definitely want to go B if you can. It looks like that might be the case here. And that's also the fear for Envyus, is that will be the case. And Haji will be in position for this. He might even be able to get it. I mean, he doesn't know how far he can go before he'll run into them, but he could get quite a perfect position to deal with this.
Plot twist. If he goes forward, he might get a kill because they've got a smoke. So,
no, dude.
He's lost it right time.
He's ballsed it up.
Scream with the AK and no Kevlar. That was such an interesting storyline there, but there's an AWP to save. I think he's gone to save that for the buy in the pit, which was lost by Kishima earlier on.
You know what I think? If, considering the amount of time remaining, they're making a last-second rotate, 13 seconds up, they have to go plant B. why not rotate aggressively into the site? Who cares if they hear you take footsteps right away? If you have the op, they can use a smoke for CT, but they can't smoke you out.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was thinking. Like, it was sort of the in-between decision. It's like either you play it from spawn, and try to just hope that they don't have a smoke, or you just go all the way. And
I would have stayed on the CT side. I would have smashed that kill, baby.
well, yeah, as long as he realized at the moment he's got to peek wider.
Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Barred off woulda. Oh,
It's a
he was
heartbreaker.
unfortunate. That was unlucky. I think many times over he will get delivered that kill, but yeah, because of his hairy predicament, I wanted to fire as soon as possible. On this occasion, the gods were not with him. Tactical timeout from Envy as they choose what to do. And it is interesting to see, in the absence of Sixer, how they play these AWPs. I can't say that I've noticed Kirishima AWPing before, but it's quite interesting. Some nice aggressions we've seen from him on Banana, but for now, it will be Happy on the sniper rifle.
Yeah, I think Kirishima is like a very good second AWP. He's just a very versatile player when it comes to stuff like that. I think he can do pretty much whatever. It's just interesting because we haven't really seen him in the top flight CS in quite some time, so it's really fun to see him back. Hopefully it goes well for him. He might have the best English of any French player I know as well. Kirishima has excellent English, and he lives in the UK as well, and has that for a long time.
So actually, Insomnia Land is this weekend in the UK. And had he not been on Envy, he'd probably be back at Insomnia Land.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like Insomnia 54 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It's gonna be more than that.
It's ironic that I'll be home on the same dates. If I knew, I would have you know, tried to go to LAN again, but I've just given up on those. There's always Epic LAN as well. Look it up if you're in the UK. I think a week or two ago was the last Epic LAN, but definitely try and attend if you can. 50 seconds left as Fnatic move most of the forces towards the B bomb site, leaving JW top mid, entertaining 3 players who are playing passively on the A site. So these guys are going to deliver a lot. Kishima good for the 1 kill, dropping off the boost position, trying to delay with the pop flash. Is he going to go back up though? He won't be allowed because of the Molotov. RPK there with the pop flash over the wall. And he's dueling with somebody in a pull position. The smoke will keep him alive, and he's just baiting. He's buying time for his team. JW's made his way over. There's Crims on the high ground, trying to get a fast pick onto Happy. Oh, sorry, JW's still looking for... Oh, he's opening up the rotation. What was that? Massive kill onto Scream top mid. And that really gives Flusher the chance he needs to plant the bomb.
Oh my god, no time? Oh,
good.
so close.
He's got it. Ooh. Happy with that one. Let's see if they can get this going. He's buying time for Hadji to make his way around. Happy will also reposition, not wanting to come out of the library door. So Hadji's got to be really cautious here. Able to bait out the shot there from the AWP on Pit, though he loses Happy. Hadji surely can't pull this one off. JW with the AWP in the pit. Hadji gets closer. This could work out very well. Maybe a bit of an advantage with the M4 close range. Oh my god, just barely makes it happen with the block. Maybe there wouldn't even have been any time remaining, but good effort from Hadji. And Fnatic 4 rounds, so indeed they have broken the money of Envyus, and they are back. They are well and truly back into the match.
It's so ridiculous that the 2v3 with that like 10 seconds left, if JW doesn't hit that shot, then they don't win this round. That was a nice 1v1. Can be very frustrating. I think in that situation the CT has a bit of an advantage, but they should just push around really early.
Oh, in the face, baby! Still alive though, is Flusher. How many grenades did he even see? That's the worst thing when you, especially on Dust 2, when you're trying to rush B, and you get hit in the face with a grenade and it slows you down and just explodes in your jaw. It's just not what you need in life, you know? It's just not what you need. CZs for Envyus. A touch of Kevlar. A touch of Kevlar here and there. Which is always interesting. I do wonder, I think Lovis also no doubt the kind of thing where the money spent on 2 people. Like Happy's got full armor, Haji's got Kevlar, and the rest don't. Wonder how far that money would stretch in further rounds. Because I mean, they look to the next buy, but do people look beyond the next buy in decisions such as that, and what implications it might have 3 rounds down the line?
Well, the helmet is just purely needless, which makes me sad. It's just a waste. It's waste.
That is true.
He is a wastrel.
A what?
A wastrel.
A wastrel.
Yeah.
Is that like a kestrel?
That's someone who wastes things. It's no, it's true. That is a word. Is it what
A
you
wastrel.
Yeah, wastrel. I can look it up.
That sounds like some fictional character from Star Wars or something.
Oh, discursive. Passing aimlessly from one subject to another.
Discursive. Marvelous.
Okay.
I like that.
That's a good word.
Discursive.
Okay, wastrel.
Dan always whips out these words, which I don't even believe are words. I'm just not convinced. I'm like, yo, what are you saying? They're always words.
Oh, apparently this word is chiefly British. Wastrel. A wasteful person, spendthrift, refuse, waste, a wife. What?
Wow.
What's that?
Maybe
We're going to have an HR meeting
spendthrift
at ECS.
I'm probably a wastrel then.
You're a spendthrift.
This is very
Bloody
English. Dan.
spendthrift.
This is very English. Envy are back on the buy. The loss bonus is rising. They will have good granates. Happy's got some money in the hole. Not opting for an AWP this time. All M4s for Envy. Smoke down in the middle position very early indeed. They're going for the double boiler peak. And we have personnel on the way. There's Crimson in the balcony. There's a Molotov. And that's going to leave Haji. Oh, he's left him to die. He's left his teammate to die. Will he revenge him?
Oh my gosh.
That's all good. And just to get this, he's dead out of time though. Is he oh no, he's dead. 5 versus 3 now, and Fnatic may push towards the A site, although the bomb's heading towards B. They're playing with the time they have. They're making this excruciatingly painful for Envy.
RPK. Looked like that angle didn't work out quite. It seemed like Flusher had the drop on him there, which was interesting considering he was holding the angle. RPK, that is. So
I think he just learned that angle is not perfect.
right. That was the moment.
Just need one person to mess you up on the angle. Think, oh, okay, well, never doing that again.
Yeah. Flusher is that man. And Fnatic have built up quite a nice economy now. They will probably be okay for the rest of this half, and it was looking like Envyus really could have run away with things, but they have been stopped in their tracks. And I felt like this was somewhat inevitable at some point, just due to the fact that Fnatic are incredibly good here. They've got a really good CT side as well, and obviously lately they've been particularly on point, and it's from a skill perspective, the difference is...
Is he completely blind?
Yeah, he was completely blind. That was a little weird from Happy though, because it seemed like he continued spamming even as the smoke was dissipating, and it's like, that's risky. It was a bit risky.
Silence them 4 problems. Aggressive push from RPK, presumably trying to catch people with grenades in their hands, but unfortunately for him, there was an AK in the hand of Golden. That is 1 kill early on for Fnatic. More aggression, 1 by 1, trying to get something done. Now Kishima is next to fall. This is a buy round from Envy.
Yeah, I liked that Golden was distinctly looking for that push, and he could like smell the desperation. Oh, Flasher going for the aggression there. Actually does go down to Happy, but he does a lot of damage. Haji with a nice play, but at this point, Fnatic can trade out onto a bomb site, and they will win the rounds, unless Scream is able to get more than 1. This is very, very tough for Envyus. There's 1, the spray's good, a triple in fact, and well, that will do very nicely for Envyus. Now give them a round in which perhaps they felt was perhaps hopeless. Easy. They all line up for Scream. Wait, did he not pick up the AK? He didn't pick up the AK.
New Scream.
What?
That is strange. He actually, I think he preferred the silenced M4 to the AK as well, before when it was stronger.
That seems so bizarre, doesn't it, for someone like Scream?
I guess so.
Like, you know,
The silenced M4 is a little bit more accurate though. than the AK.
He picked up the AWP on site.
Oh.
Muppets.
Oh.
Just call him Muppet.
Yeah.
It's a very
Dan's
English
like, I'm
insult.
used to it.
It's a very English insult. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It's a bit, you know, it's pretty relaxed. It's a good one, actually. I approve, James.
Happy. Will he survive? How many kills? He needs more than one. He can't get the flick on the second player. He's still, how is he still alive in this situation? Everybody dying around him, but finally he will go down, as will Scream, into a 2 versus 2. Absolute carnage on the A site. There are bodies everywhere. Somebody called it Amber Lamps.
That's one of those spots where you expect to die, and you're like, why am I still alive? And you sort of have almost kind of stopped playing at this point, and it's so awkward. You're like, well, okay, I'll try. But it's too awkward to do it to really accomplish anything. And,
that
no.
might be so good. Oh, how the...
That was good damage, though. He managed to take him down to 16. Half health. Or half of, well, 50% damage. I think he was on like 35 or something before. Anyway, Kiyoshima with a fantastic position. Surely, though, Golden knows. Although there has been enough time for him to switch up his angle. Kiyoshima playing it patiently. I mean, it's a smart way to do it. He has a smoke if he wants to use it as well to mess with Golden, but it could just keep things simple.
Watch, he's going to see the gun barrel for Golden when he comes around.
And that would be very sad.
Oh, he goes out
the
wider. Yikes.
Nice, very nice angle. 7-7. It's a tight game so far. Teams are tied.
That was nice, well played from Golden. He thought it was arch for a little bit, and then just shifted over to the safe plant, and then swung out wide for someone going around the site.
Golden's got them clutches, man. Clutching many around recently.
Yeah, he is very good. He is very good. Again, I'd never understood why people were arguing for the switch between him and Exist. I just don't get it.
Well, maybe Exist will join SK instead. More pistols for Envy. AWP does not last very long in the hands of the CT side. Now it is Happy alone with the CZ. And Bomb's heading towards the A bomb site. So he's got nothing to lose. I remember many rounds where Happy would be the last man. It's just W all the way. No shift keys required. So we'll see what he does in this situation. It's a long journey for him with no defuse kit either. And there it is, the double peak top mids to get the last round of the first half for Fnatic. A thin lead for them. A good comeback after much success for Envy. All history now, as they only got one round in the second half of the first half. The second quadrant of the game, if you will.
Wouldn't that imply that there was 4?
Yes, it would. So 2 halves of each half. Because instead of saying the first half of the first half, I can just make them quadrants. So there are 2 quadrants in each half. You see? We need to get you some shapes to make, you know, put a circle together, Launders. Make more sense to you.
You're questioning Launder's intelligence.
I would never do such a thing like
Are you
that.
calling into question my intelligence, James?
Just want to see how you do with shapes. Will he put the triangle in the triangle hole, or will he put the circle in the triangle hole? You know, we could all do the test together. It could be a team effort.
Okay.
I'll hold the hole. Dan can sort the pieces. What I'm saying right now.
Please go on.
And Lekro are the last 2. I'm so sorry. Can Lekro get anywhere near this bomb? Does Kiyoshima assume there's a kit on these players? Lekro touching the bomb. And he does indeed have a kit. There was one on the floor. He's collected it, and the bomb will be defused. Nice.
Body.
Yeah. That was a very that could have been a great clutch. 1v3, 4K. It's kind of a shame.
It's interesting to see who does select the P2000 versus the USP. Which team was it we saw recently that had like 4 P2000s equipped? That was very unusual. I think it's a North American team. I think maybe. Oh no! Was it Envyus? I don't even know anymore. Perhaps we'll find out today. feel like many people have had that dilemma, like between the P2000 and the USP. But either way, Envyus chilling out at the moment. As you can see, they're saving money for the AKs in the following round, thanks to the bomb plant. And so this is something that Fnatic will realize, but there's no reason for them to be crazy. You can see that they've opted not to really spend any money on utility because they know that it's more valuable to get the rifles out because they'll have to deal with AKs in the following round. So that is why we see the rifles and no SMGs.
Where the flashbangs at? Fnatic, I do wonder if they'll hold this position once the smoke disappears. Simply because who knows how many T's could be behind it. JW's going to stand his ground, and Flush is just there with the USP, so it's an interesting scenario. But again, this is the kind of round where you can have one person USP only. I love to see it.
Like how Envyus were essentially just trying to make Fnatic impatient and to get them to peek them so that they could get a kill for no cost, and thus they were able to do that. So that was actually pretty valuable for Envyus in the end, one kill. Because now we can see the AKs are coming out. They saved more money than some teams do in that previous round, so we actually do see an okay amount of grenades.
It's interesting how long he held that smoke for. It seemed like Envy had a plan, you know, go B in 50 or so seconds, and Flush's smoke just throws everything off completely. So I think even just making them uncomfortable gave it some value.
Ooh, JW. Oh my god. That is amazing. Just walking into the smoke blocking, able to get the frag too, and now Crims can fall back with the rotation coming in from his teammates. The cavalry are on their way, although that push from Flusher has changed everything. That now creates a spot where Envyus know they can go back to B. Had Flusher just held his ground, they would have been okay.
Golden, can he deploy the smoke grenade in time? He can, and that's perfectly landed. Now, if he stands in a pull position, it'll be unlikely to spray him down, but he's going to move towards the site. There's so much time on the clock, though, for Envy. They will choose to simply wait. A boost around the coffins, looking around the site. Not really finding much of anything. And now one of them will have to fall off, and that will be some info for the CT side. However, the rotation is still going to be great. Where is the CT? Is he in construction? Is he playing an off angle behind the pool? Is he in shadow? Golden moving around. He can find two because one was in the red. But Happy will save RPK in that situation. RPK only had 10 HP.
Crims in with a vengeance. Fast shot into Happy's face. Leaves a 10 health RPK to defend against 2. There's an HE and an incendiary as well on Lekro, so this does not spell good times for RPK. Almost he started to believe, but he will get taken down. Gonna throw props to Golden as well. I think Golden, like, he handled that situation on the site and just in general with the smoke really expertly, because there's lots of spots where he could have maybe tried to play at the smoke or, you know, try to get an elevated position. There's like loads of ways that he could have died. And he also maximized the potential for kills when he actually peaked as well. He managed it so well.
And he improvised the smoke, and because he improvised the smoke, there was a big chance that there might be a crack on one side, but it was so perfect that they couldn't use it to catch him crossing. And then once he got on the site, he delayed for such a long time. So that was definitely priority number 1. And then he got a kill as well, so that really guaranteed it. It would have been a 1v1 with RBK if not for that. And as we could see, there was a chance that RBK wins that fight even on low HP.
P90. Oh, yes.
P90.
P90. Fnatic line waits.
It's not death by Kitty though, so a bit disappointed.
Yeah, could be better. Could be better.
What even is that?
P90 Ghoul.
What is that? There's one with like a little dragon serpent thing on it. I forget. I have it, but I forget what it's called.
The Emerald Dragon, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Which is nice, but I mean, there is only one P90 and it's a death by Kitty, so. Oh, I remember the days of the Doom Kitty.
Yeah.
Opening boxes and getting FAMAS Doom Kitty.
Yes, the grey one.
Yeah.
Didn't have much going on.
And the MP7 skulls. It was those two you'd always get when you open the case. MP7 skulls and the FAMAS Doom Kitty. 40 seconds remain for this CZ push from Envy. They've got 2 flashes to go over the roof, and that will flash more or less everybody, which means they can get close. But what can they do afterwards? Flusher bouncing a grenade towards the step area, but the flank is coming in, and the trade is there for RPK. 4 versus 2 all of a sudden. Very dangerous. If you can wait out and take banana, 1 or 2 flashes over the roof, get close to those CZs, and the world is your oyster.
Do you like oysters, James?
I don't dislike oysters, but they're
high in zinc.
When we were in,
zinc.
I could do some zinc.
Your testosterone's low, then that's
when we, my testosterone is fine, but you know, it's good. Isn't zinc good for your like blood flow or something? Is it zinc?
Probably.
It's copper.
I think it is. I think like if you have, I think if you're low on zinc, then I think it's your blood flow or something along those lines that isn't so good. So if you get cold really quickly and take a long time to warm up, then I think it's zinc that, you know, it might be an indication of needing a bit of zinc.
It's an aphrodisiac, James.
Zinc?
Why are you smiling at us? What are you saying? You just want to talk about testosterone, Dan.
Testosterone. Well, the P90 continues, which is only good for everyone. That's good for everyone. It's actually funny that there's Happy that is on it as well. I feel like Happy is just generally a bit of a maverick. And we'll see what he can do with this in the apartments. It's a pretty good spot for the P90. Nice, waits for a team flash from his teammates. Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. They've got abs control, they've got banana control as well, so Envyus have everything except for top mids at this point. We'll see if they want to make the effort to take top mid away. Fnatic look pretty well set up to deny it if they wanted to. Okay, we'll get the arch smoke. That's really cool. Okay, they'll push in front of it, so they got some good information, have Fnatic. Will they peel away a player from A though and drift him towards B? That's the question. Because they have information at 45 seconds that nothing is going on at top mid or apartments. So they must surely suspect B, but they haven't rotated anyone yet. They get to leave it to the 2 defenders, Golden and Co.
Golden can try to use this fountain to go to left, to go to the right. He's doing massive work, Golden. How has he got so much out of this? Golden continues to deliver. Not literally, I mean, he is dead, but it's Happy now versus 3. He won't get very far. Flush with the UMP, and I'm sure he'll get an upgrade.
That was an amazing behold. I mean, you got the 3 headshots. They're all crossing across that headshot angle too. I mean, usually when somebody knows you're at quad, you get 1 kill, and then you have to hope they cross, and you pick the right side. He's also put out a position here, so at least he has the pillow to work with. That's a great free fire and just an amazing headshot on screen.
That is so amazing. He was completely isolated. Like, Envyus' plan was great. Fnatic misplayed it insofar as they had the info, but they were too slow to adjust. And they could already have had someone in CT, an extra one from A. And yet still, Golden by himself holds it down. That is really impressive. Again, like, a few people have tried to tell me that he doesn't have like a good individual level, but I think we've seen it so many times.
Everybody has something to say, don't they?
It's true.
Everybody's got something to say.
And, you know, no one round is definitive for any one player, but still, I think consistently we've seen good stuff from him individually. That's not even where his impact on the team lies. And it is a pretty easy cleanup so far from Fnatic's perspective, as Envyus do try to spend what they can to get into one of these bomb sites, but they have been deflected. G and Scream looking for some damage here. Fnatic are getting so close to the victory. It's actually Golden who's massively out-fragging everyone.
He is delivering. He is doing his job. Although it'll be hard for Hadji to do his. Doing what damage he can do in a sticky situation.
They're really getting aggressive here. Flusha goes all the way down B at the beginning of the round, gets killed, but no one's even pushed with him. And maybe that's for the best, because whoever was waiting caught him off guard. It might not have been impossible to trade him. But I guess there's some value in letting the other team know you're not afraid. Never scared.
I ain't never scared.
What?
West side, east side, north side. I haven't heard that song for ages.
What song is that?
Oh, I can't remember who sings. It's called Never Scared.
I ain't never scared. What?
I ain't never scared. West side. Yeah, I'll play it to you during the break. It's like really bad because, well, you listen to it and the guy's like, in the club, like it's awful, but at the same time it's awesome. Anyway, 1 minute 45 on the clock and the aggression continues from the CT side. JW whizzing past the window position. Surely he's been heard at this point. Surely the player who was top second mid has heard him, Haji. Although maybe not, because he's not looking for him.
Oh no.
I mean, if you run up second mid, not
Will
again.
Happy get knifed twice in one game?
Yes, yes he will.
Oh, I don't think
my
so, because he's seen a
God.
player second mid, so he can't
it.
surely do
It-
it
oh.
anyway. Okay, there's a flash from his teammate. That's absolutely perfect. Great communication from JW, and he will continue with another flashbang, looking for a third kill. He knows 2 players are there. No time to reload. He'll just keep going for it.
That's pretty awesome from JW to ask for that flash, because I assume his teammate wouldn't have. Or maybe his teammate offered it up, but either way, that's really cool. Typically, you would have seen him in a situation like that handle it himself, and it would have been perfectly fine. But just that extra little bit of insurance.
Yeah, that's how your clip should have looked, James.
I suppose it should have, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
that one, to be fair, is a little bit easier. But.
That's true.
7 hours of streaming. 30-second highlight. It's all good.
It's actually a low light.
I don't know, man. I think for somebody else it was going to be a low light, but people seem to love it when I do things like that, so.
I loved it. It was entertaining.
I think it just makes people feel really good about themselves. I think that's why people love it.
I don't mind it because,
What a
you know,
flash.
people will play me and expect me to do terrible, and then I'll eat them.
Eat their food.
I'll eat them.
That's what we say in North
It's all
America.
good.
I'll eat your food.
I'll eat your favourite Counter-Strike players. Envy are in a really difficult spot now because they're trying to stave off match point for Fnatic, but look at what they have to do it with. They've gone to the garage and all the tools are rusty. Smokes on the balcony would suggest a burst, and you can see the balcony player falling back to the pit. That's Lecro. JW is concerned as well. Now we've got a Molotov. Again, lots of suggestions, and there is the burst. Great over JW, but the flash from somewhere will blind the team playing. Now JW's in the smoke, but there's more players on the balcony position. This is absolutely bananas. Here comes Happy charging up, but Crimson has a trade. 9 HP for him, and it's Scream left with a P250. Do what he can. Just needs one shot to Crims, but where are the rest of the CTs? Is there time to find them? He's got to plant the bomb. And he's going for a gun. He wants to win the round as well. He wants everything. He wants it all. But maybe he's missed his opportunity. No plants, no kills. Match point Fnatic. Oh, they could have really done with that money as well.
Envy's only gotten 1 round in this half. Is that right? Damn.
Seems you are correct.
Nice.
They've gotten 2 rounds. 2 out of the last 17 rounds.
Damn, that sucks. I mean, we know that Fnatic have a very devastating CT side, but this is impressive.
Oh dear.
Flames everywhere. Kiyashima is
That's a
going
1G.
to... We've all been there. Self-immolation. Flushes going in. Oh, yes, there we go. Just keep spraying, keep spamming, just spam. The 5 claims
That's
one more.
That's the altar.
Like a Mayan sacrifice.
I think he just got team flashed. This is awesome. All right.
Well, there we have it. That was all Fnatic, and indeed it did prove